There's something about starting a drawing on a blank sheet of paper that feels intimidating. No layers, no undo button, no safety net. Just you, the paper, and whatever you're about to put on it. And maybe that's exactly why traditional art matters so much. Hi, I'm Lucas, and I'm here to show you some artist dilemma. And don't forget, if you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We live in a time where digital art is everywhere. It's fast, efficient, and incredibly powerful. And I'm not here to say digital art is bad, not at all, because it ain't. But what a lot of beginner artists don't realize is how much traditional art can teach you. Especially when you're still learning how to see, how to observe, and how to trust your own hands. When you draw traditionally, every mark counts. You can't hide mistakes behind layers or filters. You cannot zoom in forever to avoid committing to a line. You're forced to slow down and to be present. And at first, that can feel frustrating. Your lines won't be perfect, your proportions might feel off, and you probably want to start over more times than you can count. But that struggle is the point. Traditional art teaches you discipline. It teaches patience and decision making. Each line you place is a choice, and once it's there, you have to deal with it. And slowly, without even noticing, you start improving. For this drawing, I decided to draw Dr. Doom. Since the first Avengers trailer is about to come out, I thought why not drawing him? So for this drawing, I decided to go with watercolor, markers, and Prismacolor pencils, since it's what I usually do. So this technique being used by Jorge Molina, which I'm a subscriber to his Patreon. Basically what he does is he adds a base with watercolor, in this case the green tone, then sometimes he comes up with some markers. In this case, I decided to add some darker green tones. Then it comes up with the Prismacolor pencils to add some details. And finally, with the inking pens, we do some lines for more extra details. A lot of artists struggle not because they lack skill, but because they don't trust themselves. They hesitate, they overthinking, they're afraid of doing something wrong. Traditional art doesn't allow hesitation for too long. At some point, you have to move your hand, and the more you do that, the more you start believing in your own instincts. You begin to understand your pressure, your rhythm, your way of solving the visual problems. And that confidence doesn't stay on paper, it follows you into digital art too. Artists who spend time drawing traditionally often feel more comfortable sketching digitally, inking faster, and making bolder choices, because they already learned how to commit. And there is also something deeply human about the physical process. The sound of the pencil, the texture of the paper, and the smell of the ink or paint. These things create memories attached to the artwork. They turn process into an experience, not just a result. In a world where everything is instantly reproducible, traditional art becomes something rare and original. There is only one version of that drawing, one piece of paper that went through every decision, every mistake, and every correction. And that leads to the best part of all. At the end of the process, you're not just looking at a file on the screen. You're holding the result of your effort in your hands. You can feel it, you can turn it around, you can see every line exactly as you made it. It's the proof of your time, your patience, and your growth. For me, it all started on paper, almost 10 years ago. I didn't even know much about digital art at this point. I just drew on paper for years, getting comfortable with a feel of pencil and ink. At one point, I tried moving to digital with a simple tablet, no screen, and honestly, I just couldn't get used to it. So for a long time, I was stuck with paper. But then, around 2019, I decided to give it another go, this time with an iPad. And that's when I fell in love with digital art. It was easy to fix mistakes, adjust things, and experiment. But after a couple of years of that, I realized I'd formed habits that made me rely on those digital conveniences a bit too much. It was almost like I'd forgotten how to embrace the permanence of a line on paper. And then about a year ago, I went back to traditional art more seriously. And what I found was the returning to paper actually reshaped not just my skills, but my mindset. You reminded me why those imperfections and challenges are so valuable. It's really about challenging yourself, giving yourself new experiences, and letting that shape your style in ways you wouldn't expect. I see many people thinking they can't start drawing because they don't have a tablet, an iPad, or a good computer, saying they draw with a mouse or with their finger because they don't have the right equipment yet. But the truth is, you don't need any of that to start learning how to draw. All you really need is a pencil and a sheet of paper. And it's so important learning how to draw on paper first. Because paper doesn't give you shortcuts, it doesn't fix mistakes for you, it forces you to learn how to control your hand and understand what you're doing. It's just you, the line, and the decision you make. So if you're waiting for better tools to begin, don't. Start with the paper, because skill doesn't come from the equipment, it comes from practice. So if you're an artist who's feeling stuck, or overwhelmed, or even unsure of your own abilities, try going back to paper. Not to be perfect, not to impress anyone, but to reconnect with why you started drawing in the first place. Sometimes, the simplest tools are the ones that teach us the most. And never, ever underestimate the importance of a paper and a pencil. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about this subject. See you on the next one. Peace.